Well, it's been a day or two. This video was not for you to sit there and watch me install OSs. I know that you know how to do that. The last I did was Win 11 with my vGPU, but this is where we're sitting now. So my Proxmox is sitting here. ELXi Debian 12, ELXi MySQL. And then we have some VMs, regular. Here's the two you saw, Win 11 and Win 11 with vGPU. I spun up a DC domain controller with Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, a SQL server, an Altiris server. These are all, so DC and Altiris are running, DC and SQL are running Server 2025 OS, and Altiris does not install on Windows 2025. So had to install 2022. My rep is saying yes, the next version 8.8 will support it, so we have to wait. And then here is Server 2025, Open WRT. I don't have that working right yet, but I will get there. And then a template. So I created a Server 2025, converted to a template, and then flipped this one off of that template. So that was pretty good. For networking, one of the things that had to be done, which this was new for me, so VMWare 0 is tied to my NIC, my 10 gig, and it is my VM network. What I wanted, though, is well, actually this is tied to my home network. What I wanted was I just wanted a VM network, and here we go. So I called it VMNIC. I gave it no IP address, no bridge ports, no nothing. And this allowed me to create a virtual network. And then within that, my domain controller has DNS, DHCP, and all that. So let's take a look at that right here. Go ahead and unlock the screen. Like I said, this video is more just to run around and show you real quick what I set up. A little tired, so forgive me. So one thing I like doing, my domain controller, I give it a static IP. Once I'm done, I set up DHCP, and let's take a look if we have any new addresses. We do not. So what I do is I take stuff and then I assign them to reservations. This way, if I rebuild the OS or whatever and don't change the hardware, it'll always grab its same exact IP, and any rules I set up, port forwarding, anything you do will always come back. So let's take a look. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. We do not have 6. This is that template. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so Altiris is not here. So what I said, what I do is I take this, add the reservation. Okay. Now, this is perfect. So, and then DNS, is the typical. I don't have everything in here. See, Altiris is missing. So, Altiris is up here, domain controller, SQL. Actually, they're all here. So that's looking good. Active Directory, users and computers. I create a lab folder. Computers. There are my 2 servers. There are my 2 workstations, my admin PCs. Then I create application users and computer users. So far, this is all we have. Still getting it going. So that's the domain controller. With that all set up, we have, as I mentioned, Altiris. It's installed. It's up and running. It's 8.7.3. Oh, I did not apply point fixes yet, so I still need to do that. So, actually, I'll do that in a little bit. Super simple to do. That'll be a separate video. But as you can see, Altiris is up and running. we should have one computer, which is the Altair server. It's a little slow. I gotta bump up memory and CPU accordingly. I didn't really scale it perfect, and it shows. So as you see, agent health, it's all up to date, hardware. So, alright, so that is our Altair server. And as I said, it's connected to SQL, a remote SQL server. I did have problems. Give you an example. With this, I have dual NICs. So this first network was on my home network to get out to Broadcom to download the files. But then it was having problems connecting to my SQL server, which is, yeah, in the VM network. And I struggled, and I had to disable this one, leave this one enabled, but then this one turned around and said failed to download files. So I had to go back and let this one download file. It was a mess, but I got it working. This is not the ideal way. Somebody was telling me that I can do a router, or like a kind of, yeah, a router. And I started playing around with that. I didn't get too far. That's what this is right here. If you Google Proxmox VE helper scripts, this is very, very nice. So as an example, if we go to, let's say, operating systems, there's OpenWRT, which is what I'm highlighted on. You take this command, copy it here, you just throw it on the Proxmox shell, and it goes. Now, I do have it here. I just don't have it working yet. This one up here didn't work right because I did the advanced settings. I did something wrong. So this one I ran through default and it failed. I mean, it worked, but I don't. It chose networking and stuff. And the one problem I have is the one NIC it took and gave it the address is the address for my home network router. So that's not going to work. So no biggie there. I'm going to shut this down and redo it. And then here is we still have up and running RTX 2070. And the other one is just plain Jane Windows 11 admin PC. I also, as I meant, so I did a turnkey on my SQL. That's here. Okay, so that was pretty cool too. I'm trying to remember how I did that. I think it was just going to create CT template. No. Right. Choose your location where you can do templates. See, I did MySQL and Debian. And you just click templates. And you just find what templates you want. From this huge list. Let's see what we have here. There's gallery. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, open VPN, Tomcat. All right. Excuse me, I heard of this one. Oh, I know Nextcloud. That would be nice to do. But for now, we'll just do gallery. You just say that. You do download. It goes out. It grabs the template. And I'm going to wait for it to be done. There we go. Still going. But I mean, it's going, so I'm not going to install it. Just want to show you. It's also running on Debian 12. Alright. So we're just going to let this run. Seems like we can click X on that box and it'll keep going. Yep. Okay, cool. that's something new for me. So this whole thing has been new. Like I said, ESXi I felt was easier on a networking front. Had the nice interface. It showed you visually, like your management network, your VM network, what NIC they're tied to and all that. So far I'm liking this. Let's go down, summary. Here's what we have. Proxmox. CPU, I have 16 CPUs, 9% with everything running right now. 114 gig of 376 gig available, and 38%, 280 gig of 2.11 terabytes. Now something to remember is the RAID ZFS, that is ZFS, I don't think that's thin, so whatever you put on there will be thick provisioned. So I already have almost 700 gig of 960 gig, so it's really full. The VM part, barely using because it's thin. I think I stuck, 9 and 10. So my open WRTs are here. Local VM, right, nothing there. See here, I got 2, 3, 5, and 7. So 2, 3. So DC, SQL, template, and server 2025. 1 and 4. And RAID ZFS. And so, see, it's visual. It's a lot of, you can figure it out. And like I said, so far it's going good. So that's really it. It's a quick rundown. I am on 8.4.1. Let's come over here, refresh. I might have something or not. Yes, we do. What do we have? Kernel and backup. So go ahead and upgrade. And it's running. That's where we're at so far. I do want to figure out how to back up VMs and more to come. I do want to get the OpenWRT working. My hope is the machine I'm on right here is my gaming rig. I would like it to be able to get into the VMs. I'd also like to go backwards. The Altiris server inside that network, I'd like it to be able to come out and install the Altiris agent on this machine. Push software and all that stuff. So that's about it. That's under 15 minutes. So thank you for watching. If you have any recommendations on what I should try, what I should check out, what I didn't do right, or just any general comments, drop them down below. Let me know. And let me know what you think. What's your thoughts of ESXi versus Proxmox? All right. Talk to you later. Bye.